John Keith, you've been in a lot of stuff going on. You got a single out with Miles Minnick. You've been on Sway in the Morning.
Yeah.
You've been on Big Boy's Neighborhood.
Big Boy.
And he's going to kick us a freestyle today.
And he's going to kick us a freestyle
No,
off the top of the dome.
Immediately, no.
No?
Definitely not.
Dang it.
Okay.
All right. And you're making a lot of waves, man.
Man, you know.
Always getting in trouble for something on the internet.
Yeah.
Try my best.
We're getting in trouble today. Give people an update who you are and what you got going on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? John Keith, you know what I'm saying? Rapper, singer, painter. That was a lie. Last one was a lie. Yeah, I just do stuff. I love doing stuff for Jesus.
Aw.
And my wife and son.
You just performed at Rolling Louds.
Just performed at Rolling Loud.
Not
one of
loud, not
those.
louds. Loud.
Yeah, Rolling Loud.
Which caused some weird backlash.
He was
Yeah,
one of those.
People were upset about
How
that.
dare Christians go into secular spaces
I'll be like, yo,
where there's non-Christians and tell them about Jesus?
like, yo, yeah, you know what? And I'm sick. And I should have thought about that last time I went to Christian Costco. You know what I'm saying? Last time I went to Christian Walmart and Christian Target, like, you know, I've already set the standard. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not gonna go to secular Target or secular Walmart, secular Costco, why would I go to secular Rolling Loud?
I think you have an idea there. There's something there.
There's something
Is
there.
there something
Yeah,
there?
we can have our own little
Christian
Utah.
grocery stores?
Yeah,
Yeah.
a little Mormon situation, but for Christians.
Oh, goodness. All right. So that kind of got you guys in trouble, but not really.
Yeah.
It's always fun to make fun of like the folks on a Fringe for me.
Yeah.
But what was Rolling Loud like? It looked amazing.
It was cool.
How long was the set? I didn't watch the whole thing on the live stream. I only saw a couple of like clips on Instagram. So what was it like?
It was cool. So like they, you know, it was all a part of like one DJ set together, and we each had 3 songs.
Okay.
So there was 6 of us. It was a lot of us. It was 6 of us. I'm gonna forget somebody's name, and then somebody's gonna be mad at me.
You don't got
So
to name everybody.
Yeah, there was 6 of us. We all had 3 songs, you know what I'm saying? And it was dope because it's like, yes, we're opening main stage, so it wasn't a lot of people there, but the people that were there are there early to get good spots for Playboy Cardi.
How early was it?
1:45.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like early. I thought it was like
No, I
they,
mean,
they
but
had
like-
you
Like
at
at
like
10 a.m.?
the church
But the gates-
service, like 10 a.m.
The
service.
gates open at 1.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was as early as
45 minutes.
possible.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So 1:45 is when we went on.
No one else was before. No one else.
No
was
one on
no,
before
no
us.
DJ set. Nothing.
No, this was the DJ set.
This was the DJ
Yeah,
set.
but
okay.
it was dope because there's people who had like the Playboy Cardi face paint
Really?
there, like hands up, worshiping to Hovey's set, who was one of the people. Yeah, it was
What
dope.
time was Cardi supposed to go on?
He closed the night?
He closed the night. So these are
Holy
like
smokes.
Yeah.
these are folks
People-
that are like hardcore hip hop fans.
They want the best seats possible.
They want the best seats possible.
Yeah. Yes.
Interesting.
And it's funny because
How many
went
people
to,
were familiar with your guys' music? Would you say? What percentage?
probably like 3%.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're talking about a cold crowd.
Pretty cold.
Wow.
And how big was the crowd? Because I know from the opening, it's like, I mean,
so hard to tell.
That spot fits what?
Oh,
Thousands and
100,000 or
thousands?
something
no,
crazy.
It's at least it's not less than 50.
Okay, yeah. So even when there's a small crowd, it's still probably at least a couple hundred, right?
Oh, it's definitely more than a couple hundred.
Okay.
It's just hard to tell because it's such a massive
In context.
field, and people are just right there at the like.
You know what I'll
front of the
say I
stage. And there's a
appreciated?
catwalk, so like
I hate the catwalks, by the way. I think that's
Well, I mean, if you
the
got
worst thing
50,000
ever.
people, it's pretty good. You know what I appreciated though? You didn't use the whole catwalk.
well, here's the thing.
And I'm gonna say this as a low critique for the other gentleman watching. Don't use the whole catwalk if there's no one out there.
I'm not gonna lie.
He's performing at the end of the catwalk, and there's like one person like.
I wanted to use the whole catwalk. I wanted to, but
Bro.
we found out during Caleb's set
Yeah.
that the further you go out, the more the reception for the in-ears messes up. So that's why
you did.
Caleb
so
was off beat some, and like some other people were off beat some. It wasn't his fault. We found out mid his set. I was like, oh, the further you go out, you're cooked. So I was like, I'm
That's
staying.
crazy that they couldn't figure that out at Rolling Loud.
That's what I was about to say. I was like,
Well,
wow,
I
that's
mean,
dark.
one of the biggest festivals in the world.
They're
We
just
don't
not
sound
gonna
check,
do
we
it
just let the
for-
first guys go out.
For opening acts. I mean, it makes sense, unfortunately.
What songs did you perform at Rolling Loud?
I did Man Down With It and God's Hand.
How does it feel to have With It which was initially a Bryson Gray diss track, turned into like one of your biggest songs.
The thing is,
Is it actually one of your biggest songs?
it's not one of my biggest songs.
It's not.
And no, it's not one of my biggest songs.
It's top 10 on Spotify. No.
Oh, I don't know top 10 because I don't look on the desktop. I only look on my phone. It's not top 5.
We're not logged in.
But
it's not top 5 though.
The thing is this: yes, the joint was aimed at Bryson and Tyson, but that song already had.
I forget that's not the same person.
I already had like a plan for that song beforehand.
Oh,
and then when the situation like arose, I was just like, "Oh, this kind of applies. I'm just gonna like tweak it a little bit." So that's why it, and even after I talked with him, I was like,
So you changed the song a bit and re-uploaded it?
Like no.
Probably a couple different lines.
Maybe? No, I mean like I had the song written pretty much. I just didn't have the second verse written, and then I just tweaked a couple things in the first verse.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And then I, wrote the second verse, and then I was like, yeah, boom,
So, what about someone said Evan getting stuck on stage after your set? Who is Evan?
Evan is a gentleman who was there also, and somehow he got on stage. I think he was there to bring Chris some shoes. Hovey, sorry, he was there to bring Hovey some shoes, and somehow he got on stage all the way at the end of the catwalk during Dill's set.
At the end of the he's standing at the end of the catwalk.
I love it because
as in the middle of the crowd.
Yeah,
and he's just standing there.
Is he with Dill at the performing?
No, Dill is. I love this because it's Dill's first set. So obviously I have a really good relationship with Dill, and so I really like when unfortunate things happen to him.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, you're terrible.
He's in the middle of his first song, and the camera it leaves Dill and goes to this guy at the end of the catwalk doing some weird nay-nay thing, and then back to Dill. And I was like,
apparently it's
yes.
Do you know Evan?
It's church merch on Instagram. That's who Evan is.
Okay,
church merch on Instagram.
I've met him before.
Oh, that's so good. Shout out to Dill.
Was he wearing his own apparel?
I would hope so.
During No Big Deal.
You better be wearing your own apparel.
Event and doing the nay-nay.
Yeah. Do the nay-nay with your own apparel on. So, you and Bryson Gray,
That's great.
Praise God, squashed your beef. Everything is good.
Is he a brother in Christ?
Yo, you're an antagonizer.
Don't antagonize.
You're an instigator, bro.
Right.
I just want a firm question.
Bryson is still working out, where he is with the Trinity. I haven't had a conversation
You mean
with
the
him.
essentials of the faith?
He's still working it out.
Okay.
All right. But as far as we know, you guys are in a better place.
I don't have any personal problems with Bryson Gray.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't have any personal issues with him.
But y'all sat down and had a conversation.
Yeah, we sat down. You know what I'm saying? We had a lunch. We went to eat ramen. Talked for 4 hours.
Mm-hmm.
It was, you know what I'm saying? It was peaceful. We disagreed still.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't disrespectful. We talked through even all the stuff. We talked about Bible stuff. We talked about a way, our different approaches and how we look at getting the gospel to people.
Sure.
We talked about the actual issue that took place.
Yep.
And I always said too, look, the issue that I had in the situation wasn't really with Bryson, it was with people.
Mm-hmm.
It was with people and their stance on it, so.
Yeah, shout out to Bryson Gray. Me and him been DMing a little bit.
Yeah.
And, I appreciate his passion and his zeal, and I think it's commendable. And I will say, I think it's commendable that he stood 10 toes down, and when MAGA got kind of pro-choice, he pulled himself out of that whole thing. So props to him for that.
I'll say to him, and I told him this when we were there, I was like, bro, a thing that I gotta respect you for is you are all the way you.
Yeah, that is
not an internet personality, brother.
Oh,
that is not a thing that he puts on for the camera. That is him. He's 100% him.
I think that's probably why he's successful, is because I think the consumer can tell, right or wrong, as much as we disagree on stuff. I think the people can tell when this is a persona versus like a persona you may be grifting versus like no this dude is this is who he is.
That was the passion in his music.
Yeah, you could tell, and there is a passion and an authenticity to that guy. So anyway, shout out to Bryson.
They gonna
Gray.
say I'm racist.
Dang.
Sorry.
Oh, from the Matt Walsh song.
You're gonna get yourself.
That's right. He had a music video with Matt Walsh.
You're gonna get yourself in a rap beef.
Yeah, don't do that.
It's gonna be you versus.
I can keep up with him.
Chill. Don't do that. Don't do that to him. Don't do that. Did you see that? You didn't see the fight he had, did you?
Wait,
you mean a boxing
hold on a
match?
second. Hold on a
No.
second.
Or like a real
Wait a
like
second.
world star
What?
hip hop?
Wait a second.
Yes.
Why did John Keith come on here and this? We gotta have a Bryson segment.
Okay.
What's
Last,
up
wait,
with that?
I'll fill it in. I'll
Is
fill it
this
in.
the wisdom of your wife?
Probably.
No,
No, because first of all, everything we've said about Bryson has been positive. Second of all, what happened? I'll give you a very short synopsis. He was at America Fest, which is like where everybody's at. I don't attend these conservative things, but everybody was there. I'm talking everybody. Charlie Kirk,
Okay.
George Janko, everyone's at this thing. Patrick
George Janko was
Bet-David,
there.
everybody was there.
Hey, George Janko, holla at me, bro.
And he was chilling. This is not his fault. And a dude walked up to him and called him, I'm not going to say the word, but called him the C word to his face.
Oh,
Crazy.
And said something
not
about
that's un-American.
and said something about this is a conservative conference.
Okay.
And said something about his stance on homosexuality. And do you feel like my friend is an abomination? And he was like, yeah, like according to the Bible, like your buddy's an abomination. And so the dude sucker punched him or slapped him. So then and ran.
That's gay.
Literally. And ran. And ran. So no, check this out. This is kind of a gangster move. He ran, and so Bryson chased him.
Running is crazy. Hey, if you're
chased him and then
running.
gonna
Yo,
strike somebody,
he
running is
chased him.
unbelievable.
The dude got away. The dude got away. And then Bryson was like, we need to meet up and run this back, or I'm pressing charges. Like, those are your choices. And so he met up, and they ran it back, and Bryson kind of got the upper hand, and then he got kneed in the testicles, and then it was
So he
done.
lost.
No. He
You are an instigator.
He didn't. No. He didn't lose. When the dude was clearly drunk, and he tried to grapple with him. So all it took was just a couple bang bangs, and then the dude fell, and then he got on top of him and started pounding him, and then he kneed him in the balls, and then Bryson was like, my balls, like, and then ran off, and that was the end of it. There's video of this stuff.
Our Bryson Gray voices are the best.
This is what's
We
gonna
should
happen.
move on. We
This
should
is what's
move
gonna
on.
happen, and then we can move on. There's gonna be a clip somewhere of just you guys talking about this, but it's just gonna be my face, and somehow I'm gonna end up in another thing.
There's nothing to end up in. Shout out to Bryson Gray. I feel like he handled that as best as he could. But it's crazy that Cass is running up and sucker punching him because he feels like he's a sin. Like, again, he's kind of growing on me.
He's kind of crusading.
He's kind of growing on me a little bit. And I'm excited to bring you guys our very first 3-day conference called the Bless God Summit, happening March 27th, 28th, 29th in Southern California. And at this conference, we'll have your very own Preston Perry.
Me as an evangelist, I've made it up in my mind that I'm not going to leave people with an excuse not to serve Jesus.
Dr. Sean McDowell.
If there's one thing Christians should care about, it's truth.
Our vision with this conference is to equip, empower, and inspire people to do the work of the ministry that God has for them in this time. And at this conference, we'll have your very own Alan Parr and his wife, Jim Parr.
The number one reason, people want to get divorced because they want to find someone else who can make them happy. Now, what they don't realize, they're chasing the wind.
John McCrae from What Do You Mean?
What you may be shocked, or you may not be shocked to know, is that the majority of Christians in America, they don't know how to articulate the message of the gospel to non-believers.
Lila Rose.
Love and marriage go together, that sex and marriage go together, that sex can bring life into the world. And that's an amazing thing. That's not a bad thing.
Trizzle Fitness.
Most people fail at dieting because they're just trying to lose weight too fast. What are you in such a rush for?
But where a lot of people get stuck is figuring out what it looks like to walk in that. And so these 3 pillars of our conference will be covering everything from apologetics to family in the home and the marketplace, and how you can lean into those 3 pillars to discover your calling on this side of eternity.